particular series so unique?
Well, Pinggoy, I think that the series is unique in the sense that all of the teams played very hard to make the finals, you know. Great Taste had a good start in the elimination round. Alaska was always knocking on the door. San Miguel was a favored team, but collapsed along the way. I think it's unique in the sense that the two teams that are now playing in the finals deserve to be in the finals, and they really put out all their efforts and their hearts into it, and that's the reason why they're playing here today.
Well, Andy, in the past, we have identified that AJ65 has been able to put that three-point rainbow shot as a tactical weapon. Only a few years ago, it was a desperation shot.
Well, yes, I believe that to them now it is a potent weapon. They revolve some of their plays around it. But Anejo in the third game proved that they can also play on the inside. You know, they had a lot of points in that ball game from the inside game. Very few from the two-point shot, a couple from the three-point shots, and a lot from the free throws. So if they went to the inside game a lot, they have a variation of their plays right now. Not too many called plays, but they do a lot of one-on-ones, and they do it well.
At center, number 44, Codinera. At guard, number 42, Generalao. At guard, number 6, Lastimosa. At forward, number 71, Marquez. At forward, number 16, Patrimonio. Starting for Anejo, Ram 65. At center, number 22, Mamaril. At guard, number 9, Isaac.
We're coming your way live,
number 14,
and the
Loyzaga.
starting five of Anejo Ram is now being announced
Forward number
after
13,
checking first
Codinera.
the starting five of Purefoods.
At forward, number 41, Loyzaga.
And as they complete the announcement, here is how they stack up. On the front line for Purefoods, you will find Jerry Codinera, Totoy Marquez, who were super hot last game number 3. Alvin Patrimonio. The backcourt will be composed of Generalao and Lastimosa as the off guard. The front line of AJ65 composed of Mamaril, Harmon Codinera, and Dynamite Loyzaga. The backcourt will be Joey Loyzaga and Isaac.
It's about to start the tip-off here. We still have a full-pack Coliseum, especially at the gallery. Of course, a lot of the reserve seats are still open because of the heavy rains, partner, and probably the traffic.
Oh, I understand. When it poured, it was just murder earlier today.
That's right. Everything is go. Piley Desma is the lead referee in this ball game. Fourth game.
Now, in game number 4, the fans are expecting as to whether the Hot Dogs can repeat their Jackrabbit hot start.
Well, they have had 3 games wherein they started very well, Pinggoy, you know. So maybe I think we can continue to expect that because they do have a very strong first 5 and one that's offensive-minded, oriented as far as the Purefoods hot dog is concerned.
Marquez against Isaac. Dynamite being covered by Jolas. At the corner is Harmon. Offensive rebound is Mamaril. He was gun-shy, a little bit timid in the follow-up, and Generalao is gone. He's off and away.
That was a good defensive rebound there by Patrimonio. Found the outlet pass, got it to William Generalao. The 2 guards playing safety for Anejo were not in sight in that play.
Generalao was a factor in game number 3. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and dished out an impressive 9 assists. The first foul going against the Hot Dogs. Totoy Marquez, that's his first personal foul.
With that kind of a foul that the referee called early in the ball game, you're going to have to anticipate that bump fouls are not going to be allowed in this ball game. You bump a person when he's dribbling, going towards the basket, the referees are going to call it against you.
Good switch by Jolas on Isaac. Looking for him now at the corner. Can make the attempt looking for a cutter. They've got 8 on the shot clock.
Loyzaga, 3 points.
Joey Loyzaga was miserable from the floor. Game 3, his first attempt, he gets it from rainbow territory.
If I'm not mistaken, Pinggoy, he did not score in that ball game. He really lost confidence in that ball game. But tonight he starts off well for the team. One-on-one play there for Alvin Patrimonio, and there is going to be a blocking foul called on Harmon Codinera.
And the basket will not be counted. There was a foul way before that.
Foul, Codinera.
The foul is going to go against Harmon. And at the moment, with 10 and 37, here in the first period, a 1-point lead being enjoyed by AJ 65. Below the key, you've got the first hit coming from Jolastic.
4-3 count, a 1-point lead in favor of Purefoods. A minute and 35 seconds gone by here in the first quarter.
Marquez on Dynamite. Works the baseline.
And Chito Loyzaga, using his
Foul,
experience against Marquez, drives through the baseline, picks up the second personal foul of Totoy Marquez in that play. We're going to see a defensive switch probably here. Yes, Lastimoso now moving on to Chito and Marquez moving on to Leo Isaac.
Marquez playing with 2 personal fouls from the corner. Isaac scores.
Remember, Leo Isaac had 26 points just the other night. And many of them in the third quarter when it was needed for Anejo to come back. Marquez, one-on-one there. Bam, and he's going to go to the 15-foot line.
When he was able to outmaneuver
Foul,
Dynamite
41,
Loyzaga, all of a
Loyzaga.
sudden, there was help defense coming from Mamaril, so he was not able to make the attempt. However, there was a foul already called against Loyzaga before the execution.
That's right. Marquez pretty steady from the 15-foot line, Pinggoy. But you can see he's a player who loves to move without the ball. He uses his 6'1" frame, agility, 95% shooting from the free throw line, and he grabs the lead back for Purefoods 6-5.
He's been averaging 20 points per game here in the championship series. Marquez definitely a factor for the Hot Dogs. It is now 6-5, a 1-point lead being enjoyed by Purefoods. Amarillo on the offensive rebound. Good quick cover by Jerry Codinera. Lead pass to Marquez. Waits for his teammates. There's a cut by Jerry. Turns around. Isaac takes the point. Here comes Joey from the wings. Air ball.
3-on-2 situation now for the blue shirts, and William Aralao slices the middle. Offensive rebound there by Patrimonio.
But it is out, tap it out. Unfortunately, it went to an enemy. That's Isaac. And a collision charge foul is going to go against Harmon.
You also
Offensive
said in the
foul,
primer, Pinggoy,
Codinera.
that there's going to be high emotions in this ball game, and that's the way it is. You know, the crowd is getting to the players. They really all charge up, both the crowd and the players. And there you can see in our slow-mo the offensive foul that was called against Harmon Codinera.
Well, from the very first second, Purefoods Hot Dogs displayed that they were not going to get intimidated. They were going to play their game, and they're going to be patient in their offensive pattern. And as you pointed out, it is Alvin Patrimonio that they will go to when they're on the attack.
Well, I think that he has a very good matchup there, especially when he plays in post, and a good steal by William Aralao. Easy 2 points on a layup here, plus safety trailer in the person of Totoy Marquez.
The players of AJ 65 will have to recognize and give some respect to the reason as to why they call him Wiley Willie.
That's right. He can really, even though he's quite small, and he does have a disadvantage when he's posted up, he comes up with his very quick hands for his defense.
Right now, AJ 65 trailing by 5 points, 10-5 for Purefoods, 8 and 20 here in the first period. They can't work the ball inside. They've got 2 on the shot clock.
25 seconds
was able to make
violation.
the attempt, but that was a desperate
Marquez.
attempt.
We have a substitution here, Jojo Villapando coming in for Totoy Marquez, who pick up 2 quick fouls. You know, partner, in a 25-second violation, sometimes we almost always say that the other team played good defense. But sometimes the offensive team does not want to throw up a poor shot also, because they could be subject to a counter-attack. And that's the reason they keep on holding to the ball.
Villapando is being picked up by Chito Loyzaga. They try to work it inside. Good catch by Alvin Patrimonio.
Patrimonio working where he works best on the inside. He's got 4 in the ball game right now, 2 out of 3 from the field. And Purefoods off again to another good start, 12-5. But then, you know, Anejo always seems to be able to come back.
Well, aside from that, it's also pulled down 3 rebounds. And we have a turnover. Double
41,
through.
Loyzaga.
Sonny Jaworski taking no chances, making quick substitutions.
Codinera.
Dante Gonzalgo coming in for Chito Loyzaga, and Ducot coming in for Harmon Codinera.
And this is happening with 7 and 41, and the score standing at 12-5 in favor of Pure Foods, a 7-point lead. So far, the biggest coming from the hot dogs.
Now you see Sonny putting Ducot on Patrimonio, trying to make him use the fouls and the fact that he's much taller. There's Jojo, and a good grab pass to Jojo Villapando for the 2 points.
Well, that is the heady quality of Joe Last. Sure, he got intimidated, but he had the presence of mind to hit the open man.
And it was also good that his receiver was able to admit that he could accept that ball and come up with a shot. Drive-in play there for Dante Gonzalgo, and the easy 2 points.
Now, Dante Gonzalgo has been the missing link during the past games of Anejo Ram. If he wakes up, he will definitely be a plus.
There is what you call good defense by Leo Isaac. He followed the path of Jojo Lastimosa, blocked his path so he could not cut into the middle, and Jojo was not able to receive the pass from Willie Generalao.
They go to Joey from Rainbow Country. Isaac on the offensive rebound, way offline, air ball.
Patrimonio with the defensive rebound and a loose ball foul called a Mamarel.
That'll be his first personal foul and the 4th team foul called against Anejo Ram. Watch it once more how it happened. Here's the offensive rebound of Isaac. He was way off the mark. And there is the over-the-back foul going against Mamaril.
Cross screen now being employed by the Pure Foods team. There is Villapando going to his left, and he's going to be called for steps. The rookie mistake, and especially during a championship series.
And I think he knew it too, because he covered his face with his hand and he said, "Oh, did I do that?"
He apologized quickly. Joey using the pick there, almost losing the ball, and there's going to be a held ball between Patrimonio and probably Joey.
Well, Joey couldn't hit an open man. He could not even bounce it inside, and he was trying to create his own scoring opportunity. But the quick hands and defensive rotation by the Hot Dogs is going to make it very difficult to get some space. It belongs to Melanie Marquez, and the dashing young man to her side is her son,
who just had a birthday a couple of weeks ago. I remember they invited everybody to the party.
Mamaril had to go for second servings to get a basket.
Jerry Cordinera trying to keep out the foul trouble. There's a good pass to Jojo Lastimosa, but he missed the layup.
One of the rare misses of Joe Lass at point-blank range. And the score right now is 14-9 in favor of Pure Foods. Time is 5:47, and there's a foul going against the Hot Dogs. And it is against Joe Lastimosa. Watch it once more, see how it happened.
Here you can see the reaching in foul. Referee just coming into the picture. He had the right angle. He made the call. That was referee Del Leon. 2 free throws now for Dante Gonzalgo, who's got his 3rd point of the ball game.
Time is 5:37. It's a 3-point lead being enjoyed by the Hot Dogs. The biggest was 9. They go to Villapando. He'll take it from 15. Good basket.
Jojo's got 4 points in the ball game right now, being a big help off the bench. A 5-point lead being enjoyed here by the Pure Foods team with 5:17 left in the first quarter.
3 team fouls being carried by Pure Foods to the 5 of AJ65, and pass to the wrong man. The other 2 are cutting, and Jolas will probably slam it.
He really wanted to get up high in the air, tried to put some effect for the team, but Anejo quickly coming back in offense, 3-point shot and a miss. Kalawit rebound there by Patrimonio, and he lost it.
Here comes Jerry Cordinera, outlet going to Generalao. Bringing up the rear is Alvin Patrimonio. Joe Lass, he lost his leverage on a jackknife, and trying to hustle. A foul instead is what Villapando got.
That's right. He committed the foul against Mamaril.
Loyzaga.
We have Distrito coming into the ball game for Joey Loyzaga. Now that move of Jojo, he was really intimidated by the presence of the big man. Mamaril has been a big factor for Anejo in this All-Filipino.
So Joey Loyzaga sits down and he hit a rainbow shot. Coming in and off the bench is Distrito. And one thing about Distrito, you don't know what he's going to do.
Yes, he has an outside shot. He penetrates well, and he's quite strong for a 5'11" player. Ducot working on the outside, trying to look for a cutter. And a forced shot there by Isaac almost went in.
Magic time, but it was meant to be. And Jerry Cordinera is off and running. It was too much to the right. Here comes Ducot. That would have been dramatic.
With a hook there, and again, it's a 4-on-2 for the blue shirts.
Andy Lastimosa gives you the impression
Gonzalez.
that he doesn't like his conversions the easy way.
Well, in this play, yes, he had a couple of chances for layups and missed it. But, you know, yesterday, Crispin Aljosa and I were talking at the PBA office, and he's saying that this guy's body is really strong because, you know, he gets hit up in the air, but he still maintains good balance going for the shot. For a three-point play now, an 86% free throw shooter, Jojo Lastimosa.
And he completes his three-point play. It's pretty high from the free throw area.
That's right, 86%, averaging 17.7 points here in the playoffs with a high of 27. That was in the second game.
And he has also a conference high in this All-Filipino conference with 35 points.
Good block there against Distrito. Ball hitting Distrito before going out. Purefoods enjoying a 10-point lead. Pinggoy with 3 minutes and 45 left in the first quarter.
And this lead is the biggest posted here by Purefoods with 3 and 40 here in the first period.
We still have Ampalayo sitting on the bench. There's a one-on-one play again for Patrimonio, and he's just going to power his way in and over the backboard.
Oh, that could have been dangerous because his takeoff was so strong like a bullet, in spite of the fact that Mamaril blocked him on the air, and as he backed off, he went over the railing, and one of the fans backed off too instead of catching his body.
I think the fan was scared with that momentum. Albin shocked a little bit by that play, misses the first free throw. He's only got 4 points in the ball game, all of them on the inside game.
But Andy has pulled down 5 rebounds, 3 and 2, and he has come up with 2 shot blocks.
We have a couple of substitutions first. We have Sunny coming in for Isaac, and we have Chito Loyzaga coming in for Ducot. But the fact is, you know, you realize that Cordinera has been boxing out Mamaril from the boards, letting Albin go to the defensive boards. You take care of that, and I'll take care of the big man here.
And Jaworski sensing trouble. They're not trailing by 11 points. This is one of the rare times that he's checked in as early as the first quarter.
Yes. See, the problem here, Pinggoy, is they have a very low score. You know, the games that they've been trailing, they have averaged well in the first quarter. It's just that the other team played better offense. Very high alley-oop play that Jerry could not control.
Now, Mamaril should rethink that extra motion of his. It's a good thing that the body of Jerry Cordinera was there.
If not, they would have lost possession of the ball.
Sure, because his teammate was there and he had no intention of jamming.
That's right.
Just secure it.
Jaworski working against Villapando. Both of the teams are playing tough defense, and a bank shot there for Romulo Mamaril.
Now here's the type of leadership that Jaworski can extend to his teammates.
He tries to look for the mismatch or for the advantage play for one of his fellow teammates. Patrimonio backing up against Chito, almost losing possession, and he's going to lose it to the end line.
We have a timeout. And one of these days, inside play and completed by Dante Gonzalgo. So I was beginning to say, one of these days, Andy has got to go to the GAB offices to get his professional license to play as a golfer.
That'll be the day, partner. Post play there for Cordinera, but he misses on a power play.
Here comes Distrito. 2 and 10 in the first period. 22-15. A little bit too strong on the part of Mamaril, trying. Oh, wait a minute. We have a foul away from the ball.
Loose ball foul, Lastimosa.
Lastimosa picking up his second personal foul, pushing off in that rebound play. There you can see Albin Patrimonio jumping up. Jojo is pushing off against Gonzalgo, and that's what he gets caught with.
Lastimosa.
And that's really forced Gonzalgo not to be able to go for a possible rebound play. Padim Israel coming into the ball game, Pinggoy, for Jojo Lastimosa.
In spite of the fact that the power fire of Lastimosa is badly needed, he's got 7 points, he's already playing with 2 personal fouls. 2 hits in a row by Dante Gonzalgo.
Well, Gonzalgo's strength is driving down towards the basket, and right now he does have an advantage over the guy picking up, and that's Jojo Villapando.
This ball picked up by Jerry Cordinera, but play has been stopped by referee Ernie De Leon. Spotted the foul's going to go against Dante Gonzalgo.
Foul, Gonzalgo.
Now, since AJ65 is in penalty situation, will be take 2 for the Hot Dogs. 1:50 here in the first period. Score at the moment, 22-17 for the Hot Dogs.
Jerry Cordinera going to the 15-foot line. He had 24 points, 8 rebounds in the third game. Coming off with the first free throw. He's not a very high percentage shooter from that area, 73. That's quite average, but not high. But these are important free throws in this kind of a ball game.
And in this series, he's been averaging 43 minutes playing time. By the way, Adidas is the official outfitter of the PBA. Here's the Big J trying to work on that screen, down on the floor. And that shook up the hairdo of the Big J. And the foul is going to go against Villapando for his second.
That'll also be the 16th foul called against the Hot Dogs. A minute and 43 left in this first quarter. A long one.
The Big J, drive and draw. Mamaril for the offensive rebound.
Now Jerry's got to challenge Mamaril in those plays. He cannot just keep on boxing out and not jump for the defensive rebound if he has the opportunity. Mamaril there getting a shot at close range.
He has now come up with 6 points and trying to control the boards with 7 rebounds, 2 and 5. Glass shot coming from the main man of the Purefoods.
And there's going to be a stepping inbound violation called against Sonny Jaworski after the conversion of Patrimonio.
One of the rare infractions committed by Jaworski, but it happens. A minute and 11 seconds. There you could see it in the replay if you kept your eye on his feet. A fadeaway.
That is Padim Israel's shot, and he knows it. I've seen him make a lot of those in this series, and the confidence level seems to have come back for Padim.
And we have a reverse. The Big J getting it right back for his first basket from the floor.
That was the fault of William Erlau. He lost Sonny Jaworski and never asked help from his teammates. Almost a poor pass there. Jerry Cordinera going to Jojo Villapando, who's got 6 in the ball game right now, and an opportunity for a 3-point play.
A nudge foul is going to go against Jaworski. And that attempt of Villapando was straight and true.
That's right. Presence of mind there. You know, the guy now realizes that he's going to get some playing time, so his concentration on the ball game is more. He knows he's going to get playing time. He's not scared to take shots. 6 points in the ball game in the first quarter for a guy really off the bench is a big help to a team.
And he also tries to get involved in their defense. He has pulled down 1 defensive rebound. The street is off and away, but Israel is there, zigzagging, shot blocked by the defensive specialist. Good timing. He takes the point, looking for Henry Lau. A decoy play hits the inside man, back again to him in the corner. But 3 seconds will go against hot dog Jerry Cordinera.
See, that play happened on the other end. Jerry Cordinera and Patrimonio thought that Jojo would go for the shot, so they lingered in the blue paint. Now only 23 seconds. Sonny Jaworski probably calling for a last play here as much as possible. Try to use the clock before go for the last shot.
16 fouls being carried by Purefoods. Distrito.
7 seconds left in their shot clock and about a second differential, and a good job basket by Rudy Distrito.
Trying to make that attempt before the horn, so the first period ends with the score 30 for Purefoods, 23 for AJ 65. 3 seconds called against Henry Lau, so we have a turnover as we open up the second quarter with the score of 30-23 in favor of the hot dog.
That was a wasted opportunity there. They tried to go in towards the hoop, but misses. And we have a fast break in the offing for the Purefoods team.
And before Alvin Patrimonio could really take off, there was a foul, hand foul,
Loyzaga.
go against Loyzaga.
Look at the statistics here after this slow-mo. Purefoods took the fast break in the first quarter 9-2. Shot better from the field, 57 to 43%. We have a substitution here, Glenn Capaccio being sent into the ball game for Willie Henry Lau.
And Henry Lau of Purefoods converted and contributed 4 points as he directed the first quarter operations.
2 out of 2 from the 15-foot line, and a 9-point lead being enjoyed by Purefoods. Rudy Distrito working on the right-hand side of the court on a one-on-one play against Capaccio.
Patrimonio with 9 points, the first 7 during the first quarter. 6 rebounds and 2 shot blocks so far. 32-23 for the Hot Dogs. Stop going to Distrito, and he's burning rubber. Hits dynamite and making sure that Patrimonio was going to cover and not give Dynamite a chance to make the attempt.
That's going to be the first personal foul, Pinggoy, of Patrimonio. 2 free throws are going to be given Chito Loyzaga.
So you've got the field goal percentage in the first quarter. Dynamite Loyzaga, 83% from the free throw line.
Not visited that area in the series that much, partner. Only 6 times, making 5 of those charities. And another player that we expect to see action is coming into the ball game, Jack Tanuan, to give Cordinera a rest. Jack Tanuan playing the center slot, going up against Mamaril, who has played without relief so far in this ball game.
Well, Black Jack has got to have faith in himself and also believe in the force. Dante Gonzalgo, Loyzaga, and Mamaril playing with 2 personal fouls apiece. Villapando with 2. And here comes Alvin Patrimonio.
Got to take it into his own hands, partner. He realized that he's had problems posting up against Chito Loyzaga. So this time he came out and got the ball, worked it facing towards the basket. Uses his strong move there, gets the foul from Distrito, has a chance for a 3-point play.
Dante Gonzalgo down on the floor. There were 2 on him and quickly acknowledged by Padim Israel.
What you like there was the gesture of Padim, because Gonzalgo could have had his head hit the floor. But look at Padim after the contact.
Timeout.
Make sure that Gonzalgo's head doesn't hit the floor.
Speaks well of the qualities of Padim, and we have a timeout. Rightmost of your screen is Mrs. Evelyn Jaworski with the Jaworski clan.
The sons, huh? All very healthy. Gonzalgo making his first free throw. He's been a factor in this ball game for Anejo. He's got 9 points in the ball game right now.
He has pulled down 1 defensive rebound. Completes his 2 from the line. Now Purefoods on the attack. It is Capaccio playing the point, being pressed by Distrito. They tried to go inside to Alvin Patrimonio, but there was a whistle before the pass was made. The big J trying to extend help defense.
Ampalayo.
And the foul is going to go against Ampalayo. That'll be his first.
So far, only 2 players have not been relieved in this ball game. That's Patrimonio, and the other one is Romulo Mamaril.
Loose ball picked up by Jaworski, looking upstairs, but Padim Israel is there playing safety.
Opportunity for Anejo to come even closer. They're just down by 5 right now.
Distrito got deflected a bit by Villapando. Here's Dante Gonzalgo.
See, Villapando is like a scapegoat there. He has to double team and still try to look for his man. But Anejo has guys moving very well. You know, they don't just stand still, because if you stand still after the double team, he can always come back to the man quickly.
The 3rd foul called against Villapando has placed Purefoods in their 15th foul to the 3 of AJ65. Dante Gonzalgo. Shot blocked by Blackjack, but on the follow-up, Ampalayo gets hands from the fans of Anejo 65.
Those are his first 2 points, and certainly not going to be the last as long as he's not injured.
Tanuan. Here comes Villapando. Could have been a big basket. And there's going to be an over-the-back foul going against Purefoods. Blackjack Tanuan, that'll be his second. And this will be trouble with 8 and 55, already the 16th foul by the Hot Dogs.
Yes, the Hot Dogs have shown they're strong in the first quarter, but they tend to taper off a lot in the second quarter in all the games here in the finals. And again, it's being proven here. So let's see what substitutions Kalilan has. A 3-point shot by Jaworski. Short, however, and Mamaril last touch in that play.
Well, he almost had it, but it hit his knee.
Patrimonio.
First of all, Lastimoso came on before that play, coming in for Villapando, and Patrimonio getting his first rest. In comes Jerry Cordinera.
By the way, KP is the official basketball shoes of the PBA. Here is Joe Las being eyed by Dante Gonzalgo. They swing it over to Capaccio. He's at the wings looking for room. Drive and draw. Jerry in a turnaround shot. Got nothing. Distrito. Oh, gets a big bump coming from Capaccio, and he didn't like it. Jaworski is there saying, keep cool.
I think Capaccio will be called for an intentional foul, but let's see what the referees give Distrito after he swung an elbow back.
They get a warning.
He might get a warning.
Well, Capaccio was not just trying to impede his pass, he really leaned with his shoulder, and that jarred Distrito.
Yes, that's not a fast break play for Distrito.
Deliberate foul, Capaccio. Warning on Capaccio.
Deliberate foul and a warning laid
Technical
on
foul,
Capaccio.
Distrito.
But Distrito gets a technical foul. Now, the personal foul against Capaccio has endangered the team of Purefoods because they now find themselves in penalty situation.
Lastimosa will take the technical foul shot that was called against Rudy Distrito. He makes it, and now we will go to the other end for the 2 free throws of Rudy Distrito.
Well, that's the man to be designated for the tees, 86% from the free throw line.
Not bad, huh?
Well, Distrito is not bad either.
That's right.
We're coming your way live over the Olympic Network. Time is 8:26 here in the second period. Game number 4.
Distrito making the first free throw. Lead has been cut down to 3 at this point. Rudy has 6 points in the ball game.
Well, Distrito, when he came off the bench, had a field basket. He has helped pull down 4 defensive rebounds. But Dante Gonzalgo is the main factor. Came off the bench. 10 points now to his name.
Distrito match up there against Capaccio. Very tight defense there by Anejo. Almost always double teaming. 3-point shot by Padin. Offline. Goes to Jojo Lastimosa. An offensive foul called against Lastimosa. That's his 3rd.
Offensive foul, Lastimosa.
Almost going to Dante. And there's the charge foul as Gonzalgo found himself with both feet planted on the ground. Amarillo on the wings. That's too far from him. And a belly-up foul is going to go against Tanuan. And as pointed out by the doctor, this is going to be called by the referees to have full control. They were doing this from the very first second.
They're going to call a bump foul, and they did in that play. Plus a technical probably on the
Foul,
bench.
Tanuan. Technical foul, Solis.
Solis. So Dondon Ampalayo taking the technical free throw called against Solis, which will be followed by the 2 free throws for Romulo Mamaril. 68% free throw shooter, 13 out of 19. And he misses the first. And he misses the technical free throw, I'm sorry. Now Mamaril will go to the 15-foot line.
Well, I think the Big J was thinking of another option and Distrito, but you know, ever since that jarring incident together with Capaccio, maybe the concentration of Distrito is not yet in place.
And remember, in that last play, he made only 1 out of 2 free throws. He could have put himself in. Sonny sank 2 very important free throws just 2 nights ago.
Well, Mama is steady from the free throw line, rarely going there, but when he does, well, his average is 86%, and he just showed you that he can score 2 from the line. And right now, AJ 65 on a 12-6 roll. The Big J looking upstairs. Takes a slide, but picked up by Dante Gonzalgo. Distrito from Rainbow Country.
Short there.
Air ball. Down by 11. Purefoods lead. Cut down to 1. Capaccio.
Capaccio,
Scores
3 points.
an important rainbow shot.
Well, it sort of relieves the pressure from them. They were feeling the pressure of the comeback of Anejo, and a 3-point shot gives them a 4-point lead.
You know, Andy, during this championship series, Capaccio has only taken 3 attempts, and he has not converted.
Although he had a great game against Anejo, I remember in the elimination round, 29 points. He is in the 3-point territory, and 2 in a row.
Capaccio, 3 points.
As a matter of fact, he retreated his right foot. He felt that he wasn't 21, so he did the right thing, has the field, got the range, 2 rainbow shots in a row.
Now they have to give him some respect. The guy that has been guarding him has been sacking off a lot. Ampalayo, one-on-one play, shut off there, goes to Distrito.
Can't execute. Ampalayo from the corner.
Yes, sir, from 21 feet.
Ampalayo now coming out the bench here in the second quarter with 4 points and 2 rebounds, one of which offensive, and he converted. It is 42-37. Purefoods, 6 of 25. A leading shot coming from Lastimosa. Did not ring the bell.
There's going to be a foul called on Dondon Ampalayo for pushing off.
That'll be his second personal foul.
Loose ball foul, Ampalayo.
While Purefoods
Tanuan.
is in penalty
Distrito.
situation over the limit. That was the fourth team foul by AJ.
Timeout,
65.
Anejo round
Timeout.
65.
Flow crowd coming away live. 42-37 for Purefoods. 6 and 15. Nothing on that getaway by Joe Lass. Somehow he has cooled a bit. He has had a split from the line. He's a spin by the Big J. He knew there was body contact somewhere, and that experience of him made him go through an attempt. Making sure the Big J back in frame. Ampalayo will move a little bit closer, and he gets a foul as the basket is nullified from Jerry Cordillera. That'll be his
Foul,
first personal
Cordillera.
foul.
Now that's the weakness of Jerry Cordillera. If he has to defend on
That's
the outside,
Timosa.
his lateral movements are not that quick. And so his tendency to foul a guy as quick as a Dondon Ampalayo.
The main man, Alvin Patrimonio, is back in the ball game as Lastimosa sits down, and hopefully he can find back the hot hand.
That's right. He had a good spell. He needed it. 5 points now for Dondon Ampalayo. The lead has been cut down to only 2 at this point.
He's been averaging just below 27 points per game in this championship series, Andy.
He's been a big factor for Anejo in this championship series. Could be voted as the most valuable player if Anejo goes on to win the series.
It's a 1-point lead by the Hot Dogs. A miss by Patrimonio. Good save by Padim and a turnaround. That is a good basket, and somehow Padim hits it at the right time at the right play.
His second basket in this ball game out of 3 attempts. 3-point shot by Sunny. Ball falls into Capascio, and he gives it to JB Yango for the easy layup.
You know, more often than not, you see JB Yango's conversions working the inside, but the breakaway, that's rare.
That's right, because it's seldom that you see him already on the wings. He's usually a guy fighting for the boards.
Jaworski uses the glass.
Great one-on-one play there by Sonny Jaworski. They just keep on knocking every time Purefoods tries to threaten to break away, and there's a good, continuation for Capascio.
Now, when he took off,
Foul, Isaac.
Capascio displayed aerial creativity, had great body control. He felt the body foul, but he kept his composure. The foul is going to go against Isaac. It's a tough night, and Capascio showing a tough game.
8 points now for Glenn Capascio. Make that 9. He's come up with all 3-point plays. 2 3-point shots and a 3-point play for his 9 points.
Time is 4:35. A drive and throw by Isaac, but Mamaril was not paying attention to the play. He was looking upstairs. He did not expect the pass.
He was expecting Leo to go for the shot.
Here is Capascio. Yango is open.
Yango is pretty steady from those kind of shots, but this one was a little bit to the left. Ampalayo in the 3-point territory right now.
So far, 6 points ever since he came off the bench here in the second quarter. Here's Jaworski playing it loose. Capascio behind him. Ampalayo on the long court. They've got 5 on the shot clock. Lost the leverage. Appeared that the ball slipped through his fingers. Zigzagging is Capascio.
Oh, great move there by Capascio.
Definitely a factor here in the second quarter with 2 rainbow shots, 2 consecutive ones, and into his 11th point and 1 defensive rebound.
Let's see what the foul is going to be called.
Foul,
Is it against
Israel.
Padim? Yes, it is on Padim. That's his second personal foul.
Ampalayo.
Time is 3:47 here in the second period. Ampalayo is faced, and we have the return of Dynamite Loyzaga.
8-point lead being enjoyed by Purefoods. They are in penalty. Anejo only has 5 team fouls. Sunny missing the first free throw.
Right after the release, looking at his expression,
He knew it.
he knew it.
Yes, it was short.
Isaac.
Isaac also been taken off, and Joey Loyzaga. So the 2 Loyzaga brothers coming in at the same time here in the second quarter.
Well, Isaac is a missing link, only 2 points, and he's been averaging just below 15 points per game. But here's Jaworski. Never say die. He's got 8 points now after making 2 in the first quarter.
Missed 2 free throws, but kept his eyes there as one of his teammates kept the ball alive. One-on-one play there for Capascio. Goes to JB Yango, who hits it.
JB Yango is 37% from the 2-point range. Here is Dynamite looking for room. A cut by Joey, no pass. Jaworski on the outside. They've got plenty of time. 10 on the shot clock. At the corner is Joey. Jaworski now makes his move. Mamaril.
Yes.
Good stretch.
Good situational play made passable by Sunny, but Mamaril, you have to give him credit to realize that he was going to get the pass and made the right move.
The Hot Dogs by 6, 53-47. Under 3 minutes, a turnaround. Nothing but time from Padim. Jaworski. Bouncing it to Joey. He will try to break away from that sandwich. No basket, however. Here is Capaccio. Gets away from Jaworski. Being eyed by Tito Loyzaga. Joey is there to cover. JB Yango lost control. Lead pass to Jaworski. But Padim is waiting for him.
Oh, very
Joey
nice
has to hurry.
Padim steps into the picture. Last touch called against him. And another technical called on the bench of Purefoods.
You know, right here it tells
Technical
you
foul,
one thing.
Israel.
The players are better behaved than those members of the bench.
Well, this time it was on Padim Israel because he probably uttered some words and he was called for it. That'll be the second technical foul called against the Purefoods team. Chito Loyzaga at the 15-foot line. Only 2 points in the ball game. Gets his third point.
And he's 83% from the free throw line, averaging 35 minutes playing time here in the championship series.
16 points a ball game with a high of 21.
We have 2 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the first half. They go to Dante Gonzalgo.
He loses his footing on a slippery floor, and there's going to be a holding foul called on Chito.
And that'll be his third
31,
personal foul.
Loyzaga.
Bringing to 6 the team fouls of AJ 65, while Purefoods over the limit
Israel.
as early as 8 and 26. Padim Israel is going to get the breather, at the same time cool him down as the court general is back on the floor.
General back on the floor, so that means Capaccio can swing over to the big guard position. He played excellent as a point guard there in the second quarter.
Well, he can trigger and execute the patterns. We have a leg foul. It's going to go against
Foul
Joey.
14, Loyzaga.
That'll be his first personal, but it also placed Anejo Ram 65 in penalty situation.
2 minutes and 11 seconds left. Looks like a very long second quarter also, partner.
By the way, Dynamite is now playing with 4 personal fouls, and he remains on the floor.
That's his shot.
The main man can't go wrong. He had 7 during the first quarter. That was his 7th point on his way to 14. He has come up with 3 shot blocks. Dante Gonzalgo lost it. Quick hands by General up and running. Capaccio sidestepping. Good block
by Joey.
And the big J behind the back dribble. And General crowds him.
Foul, General.
The foul against General. Watch it once more.
Here you can see General trying to stop the guy with the ball. Put some pressure on Sonny Jaworski. Sonny turns around. General tries to reach in. Called for the foul.
Well, Jaworski had that natural ability to protect the ball with his body. And, you know, when you saw his arm stuck out, he was not warding off. He just really put it out there just like a 7-iron.
That's right.
A minute and 35, partner.
5-point lead being enjoyed by Purefoods. One-on-one play for Jerry Cordonera. Loses the handle. And a forced shot there by JB Yango.
This has got to be magic
Foul,
time.
Gonzalgo.
The foul going against Dante Gonzalgo for his 3rd. But here's that inside move, and the loose ball picked up by JB Yango. He just wished upon a star, and it came up with a handful of galaxies. Here's Dynamite to Joey from Rainbow Country.
Yes, sir.
Loyzaga, 3 points.
That is his 2nd rainbow shot, and in a good evening, he's been averaging 46% from Rainbow Country. Marquez is back on the floor. Here's his drive.
Forced shot there. Sonny Jaworski played good defense. Mamaril goes to the outlet.
Dante Gonzalgo gets away. Almost lost control. Out safely. Here is Joey being pressed by Marquez. Shot block by Alvin Patrimonio. It's a good clean block. Patrimonio's fourth.
And you will see that in our slow-mo. The force of Patrimonio's block made Joey Loyzaga lose his balance. Really clean upstairs, clean downstairs, and a good block by Alvin.
What a quality player. But you know what they say about Anejo, regardless of what the score is, they're going to be played heads up because they're put together by spit,
And
they've
fire.
got guts, and Jaworski pride.
In the three-point territory, the two brothers using the screen is Joey. Misses this time, and the ball goes to Will Henry-Lau.
And Henry-Lau. Here comes Marquez.
There was a bump foul there that wasn't called against one of the Anejo players. And finally, somebody's going to be called for a foul. It's on 41. That's Chito. That's his fourth.
Loose ball foul, 41, Loyzaga.
The loose ball foul going against Dynamite Loyzaga. A little while back, I reported that he had 4, and that's because I looked at the manual board, and that has been changing every now and then.
They're not as accurate as the official.
So that'll teach me a lesson and really depend on Willie. Marquez, he was a factor during the first, and he continues to be.
Only his third point. The problem with him, Pinggoy, was he got in 2 fouls quickly, and that was the reason why he had to sit it out on the bench.
Time is down to 9 seconds. Dante Gonzalez is aware of the time.
And he loses the ball to the end line.
And you've got to credit the press of Alvin Patrimonio, at the same time careful not to commit a foul. Time is down to 2. JB Yango!
Big basket.
An important conversion by JB Yango for his 9th point ever since he came off the bench here in the second, because that'll give them a 9-point lead here at the half.
Purefoods starting off possession of the ball here in the third quarter. They also own a 9-point lead at this point. Pretty high scoring ball game there to end the first half. Jerry Cordinera, double team.
Jolas escaped back, got deflected, but Alvin Patrimonio, the main man, is there.
Several times. Knows that they know each other's move, and they know that the other guy is going to the basket, so they're prepared for the rebound. That's going to be the 4th personal foul of Jojo Lastimosa.
And that jarred
Foul, Lastimosa.
Ampalayo, because as he made his turn, Lastimosa thought he was going to execute a fadeaway shot. He was already up in there and may have caught accidentally the knee of Jolas. Unfortunately, his 4th personal foul.
Let's see if Isaac tries to attack Jojo Lastimosa. He realizes that 4 fouls. Isaac takes it from the outside and scores.
Well, from the corners, difficult angles seems to be the expertise of Isaac.
For a guard, that's difficult. 3-point shot by Marquez, and he scores.
Marquez, 3 points.
7 points in the ball game right now, partner.
Well, he's like a sleeping bomb, you know. You're just waiting for him to explode. He has displayed this during game number 3.
That's a 12-point lead now being enjoyed by Purefoods, Pinggoy, with only a minute gone by here in the third quarter. Post-up play for Isaac over Jojo. And Jerry controls the defensive boards. The outlet pass to Patrimonio.
And Patrimonio gave you the impression that he was going to skywalk. He was not disturbed that Isaac was there. He knew when to be deliberate. 71-57 in favor of Purefoods.
Good block there by Jerry, and the outlet pass. Again, the blue shirts are running.
It's 3-3, but the first step going to Jerry Cordinera down on the floor, but he also got the basket, now in for 3.
Yes, plus the foul from Isaac. See, this is what they have to control, the fast break play of Purefoods. If not, they are not going to win this ball game for Anejo. They have allowed Purefoods to get away with a lot of fast break plays. 17 points in the first half, add another 4 right now for 21 points on the fast break play.
Well, from the very first second when we open up the third, Patrimonio coming up with 4 points on his way to 20. And then you've got a hit from Jerry Cordinera in for 3 and a rainbow shot coming from Marquez. So far for AJ 65, only Isaac coming from the corner for 2 points.
Trying to finish off the 3-point play. Jerry misses the free throw. He's only got 4 in the ball game. And Dondon Ampalayo pushing the ball very quickly.
Almost lost his balance. They're trying to trap him. Here is Joey sidestepping, trying to escape Alvin Patrimonio. May have caught a knee.
Willie Henry-Lau, I think. Oh, no, Patrimonio.
Foul, Patrimonio.
That'll be his second personal foul. 73-57 for the hot dogs, and they've been sizzling. Here's Harmon on the outside, Andy. One try.
Like you said, Jerry, if he cannot score, he's going to go to the defensive boards. 3-point shot by Marquez. He scores again.
Marquez, 3 points.
That's a 10-2 spurt, no?
Yes, and a hidden piece of artillery on the part of Marquez, and he rarely uses that, but he's got a high level of confidence.
Purefoods showing a lot of control, but there is a good idea of a safety. Leo Isaac prevented another 2 points. And Patrimonio may have picked up his third personal foul in that play as Don challenged him.
Well, Ampalayo will
Patrimonio.
continue to do that, and when he gets it again on the attack, as he did this on the slow-mo, he will try to go through you or sidestep around you.
If you don't get out of my way. 6 points for Don all in the first half, and he misses the free throw.
Well, this is not really his strength. He's 68% from the free throw line, but he's 9.3 average on the area of rebounds. It has come up with a high in the championship series of 25, in the conference high of 35. Quality player, Ampalayo.
Yes, definitely. 18-point lead being enjoyed by Purefoods. The highest was 19. Marquez drives into position, misses the jumper, and Mamareo clears the board.
Here comes Ampalayo. He's got to find the strength. He's got to dig inside. Back rim. Isaac was there doing the lefty.
This time it was a 4-on-2 situation for the White Shirts. They ran it well. And William Lau slows the ball game down a little bit.
A 16-point lead being enjoyed by Purefoods. They had it at 19 at 76-57. We haven't had experienced any deadlock.
Foul for Ginebra.
That'll be the third
Ampalayo.
against Harmon. And Ampalayo is really ill. He's short of breath, and his shoulders are collapsing and being used sparingly.
Oh, poor pass
there. Error on the part of General Lau.
You want to throw a back door pass, you have to throw it on a looper, not a direct pass, because that's going to be intercepted by the defending player.
Done work on that pick, but Isaac pulled away.
3-point shot by Joey Loyzaga.
That's a big one. It's almost like a snaking 45-foot putt.
That's his third rainbow shot. He shoots over the head of Willie Henry Lau.
They go to the corner. Here is Jolas trying to disengage. Last touch, Purefoods.
Anejo coming back again. They have cut down the lead of 19-13, and they still have possession of the ball.
Marquez eyeing on Dante Gonzalgo. Played strong during the first half. At the wings, it is Mamaril. Back top. Good thing that Joey was
away.
there.
Yes, sir.
Escape back.
Nobody switch off. Now it's the turn of Anejo to come up with a blast, led by Joey Loyzaga here.
Well, they've come up with a 5-0 roll. Jericho Ginebra trying to disengage. Good move. It's almost like your scoop shot.
That's right, partner.
78-65. Purefoods. 7:42. We're in the third period. Looking for the open man. They go to Joey on the outside. Works on the pick. Rimmed out. Dante Gonzalgo on the offensive rebound. Did not have the leverage.
Again, a 3-on-2 situation as the Blue Shirts are really pushing it up quickly.
Here comes Marquez. 3 seconds. Gonna go against Jolas.
General Lau.
And Henry Lau is going to be pulled out by Chris Calinan, and we have the return of Capaccio, who was a factor during the first half.
And the idea here is for Capaccio, a taller player, to be the one to defend against Joey. They realize that Joey's hot. Joey shooting over the head of William and Lau. They go like the bigger defender against him.
It is 78-65 in favor of the Hot Dogs. Nobody was there. It's a good thing recovered by Mamaril. He lost control quickly to Capaccio. He can sky. Shot block by Isaac, but may have caught him with the body. Capaccio will go to the line.
I think there was no question that was a clean
Foul,
block, but he hit him
Isaac.
with the body. That's the reason why Capaccio bangs there against the board. And Capaccio is now going to the 15-foot line.
Well, the fans of Anejo are getting concerned. Hopefully that Isaac did not hurt himself on that fall. Time is 7:05 here in the third. Both squads are playing with 3 team fouls.
Capascio 11 points in this ball game, 2 rainbow shots in the second quarter. Purefoods enjoying a 13-point lead. Misses the first free throw. He's usually a very steady free throw shooter, partner. 100% so far. Even in the national team, when I used to watch him, he is a pretty steady free throw shooter, but the pressure is telling.
Well, he has put in an average of 18 minutes playing time here in the championship series. 7 minutes to go here in the third. Capascio and Lastimosa playing with 4 personal fouls. Andy Gonzaga going to Isaac, his favorite side.
Isaac just shoots so well from the corners.
He's come up with 6 points on his way to 8. His first 2 in the first quarter. Here comes Jerry. He can score. Backroom shot that time. Isaac on the defensive rebound, looking left and right. He will split the middle. And Capascio. Poor judgment on his part. 3 and 1. Blocked by Jerry Cordinera. A jewel of a defensive move.
And
Marquez.
well, it was a 4-on-1 situation. No way the blue shirts could lose in that play, even though Patrimonio did not take a very good shot selection. There was Marquez for the follow-up. And a good penetration move there by Joey Loyzaga, going for broke here in this ball game.
Good interception tap by Harmon. They go to Joey. He may have the hot hand. And here he comes again, scrambling for the loose ball.
Nobody picking him up. And finally, Capascio.
He will take the point.
Marquez again with an Capascio with an offensive rebound. There's going to be a foul on Joey Loyzaga. Now, isn't this a classic game?
It is super, and you get impressed with the well-defined roles and responsibilities of the players of Purefoods. They don't hesitate. And we have a timeout. Score 81-69, a 12-point lead being enjoyed by Purefoods with 5 and 35. And during the break, Jaworski returns to work as Isaac gets a rest.
Funny matchup against Glenn Capascio there.
And Capaccio's confidence is quite high. He will take it from the side.
Sunny, good boxing out tactics against Alvin to prevent an offensive rebound.
So the leader is back, and he will show the way.
Thus, quickly. Down to a 10-point lead. 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, Jaworski now after 10 and a half. That is his first basket here in the third since he checked in. He's also pulled down 4 rebounds. They go to Jerry Cordinera looking for a cutter. Doesn't find any. Gives it safely to Marquez, who just kept on going.
Get away there by Marquez. That's what you call motion offense, with the center holding on to the ball and a handoff play.
Well, Marquez, with only 4 and a half, has exploded with 10 points and 2 rainbow shots on his way to 14 right here in the third quarter. Definitely a factor. Jaworski looking for the open man.
Villapan, their matchup against Sonny Jaworski. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. 3-point shot by Joey Loyzaga. And Jerry again controls the defensive boards.
Cordinera now pulling down his 11th defensive rebound. Here is Capascio, wild. Down on the floor. Jaworski sees the opening.
And the home run.
He has come up with a string of 2 baskets.
Jerry, easy 2 points as the white shirts cheered and forgot to come back for defense.
By the way, as always, our choice for the Jollibee Best Player will be revealed to you right after this ball game. Time left 3 and 49. We're in the third. Trying to play hide and seek. Dante Gonzalgo can't find the space. Here comes Capascio.
And Marquez made a boo-boo there. He had not held possession of the ball, looked towards his goal, and lost possession.
So you've got several jewels here in the third quarter for Purefoods. Patrimonio definitely steady. And then you've got Jerry Cordinera with 6. But the shiniest of them all, Marquez, knocking in 10 on his way to 14 in spite of that error. Mamaril almost had it on the offensive rebound, and the reason he lost it, he got
This
banged
foul,
and jarred
Capaccio.
by Capaccio, and that foul will be sports
Loyzaga.
personal.
Loyzaga is now being replaced by Distrito. That's going to hurt Purefoods a lot. Capaccio has played a super game in tonight's ball game. With 4 personal fouls, he's going to have to sit
Capaccio.
down. Willen Relao coming back into the ball game.
On behalf of Vintage, and especially the panels of radio and TV, we would like to thank very much the management of Smokey's Sausage. Your sausages, your sandwiches have been so great. It has made our day. What a play created here by Jaworski, and play completed by Mama.
Yes, he has done a lot of things. He has penetrated for the shots. He has come up with interceptions and the assist play. Post play now for Cordinera, trying to get the double team away from him.
This ball picked up by Marquez from Rainbow Country. Mamaril pulling down his 7th defensive rebound. He has 5 in front, total of 12. Big factor up the boards. Here is Distrito. He does the unexpected. Generalao crouching low. Marquez extending help defense just in case. They've got 7 on the shot clock. Other corner is Distrito looking for an opening. A lunge by Generalao. It'll go against him. That'll be his
Foul,
second.
Generalao.
Time is 2 and 26.
Okay. Timeout,
We have a
Anejo,
timeout.
65.
Monyo. Pacing now is being employed here by Kalilan. He has a 10-point lead. 2 minutes and 24. He's giving Alvin and Capaccio the opportunity to rest.
Score is 85-75. They go to Distrito. Generalao is there. Mamaril gets the offensive rebound. He will try it. Jaworski. And he gets crowded by Villapando.
Foul, Villapando.
Sani with another important offensive rebound, being sent to the 15-foot line on that foul of Jojo Villapando.
Time is down to 2 and 5 here in the third.
Just an 8-point lead from a high of 19 in this quarter. Purefoods goes to the play of Jerry at the low post, and he challenges Mamaril.
And Mamaril bit. That'll be his 3rd personal foul.
Foul, Mamaril.
Our story and team fouls, 6 being carried by the Hot Dogs to 5 of AJ 65.
3rd personal foul of Mamaril. 8 points in the ball game for Jerry Cordinera. Not very consistent there, 73%, but he makes the first. You know, for Jerry, it's at this point that Alvin is seated on the bench that he must think, I must keep on scoring. I must challenge Mamaril. 9 points now for Jerry, make that 10.
Here in the championship series has been steady from the floor, averaging 22 points per game. This is game 4 in the best of 5 championship series. Jaworski works the baseline.
Ooh, what a difficult shot.
Foul, Younger.
Watch it once more and enjoy. That is in the same style as a Magic Johnson
That's
move.
right, that play, you know. That really can bring your team up. He makes the free throw for a 7-point lead, and we're going to have a technical foul called against
Mamaril. There is the tee for emphasis happening with 1 minute and 46. At the moment, a 7-point
Technical
lead
foul, Mamaril.
being enjoyed by Purefoods, and the tee stays on Mamaril.
JP Yango will take the technical free throw, after which Purefoods will throw in from their backcourt. JP is steady there.
That last foul, by the way, Andy, called against JB, placed Purefoods in penalty situation with 1 minute and 46 to go.
And only 5 team fouls for Anejo. A technical foul is not a
Mamaril.
team foul. Mamaril is now being given relief by Dondon Ampalayo, who's been in and out of this ball game.
Well, you saw in the slow-mo that when the conversion was made, Mamaril was up, and instead of just landing flat on his feet, there was an extra motion from his right arm.
That's right. JP Yango working on the outside. Jerry Cordinera steps into the picture, misses the layup, however.
Good defense applied by Ampalayo. Here is Dante Gonzalgo. They go to Harmon, but J.B. Yango's keeping an eye on him. Ampalayo from Rainbow Country.
And Jerry just looks at him.
3 points.
Jaworski wants it. Back to Dante Gonzalgo. Lost control. Picks it up. Good shot block. Coming from Jerry Cordenera. Outlet to General. He can run. Distrito is there. Nice pump.
That was a lot of great basketball in that play. Action.
48 seconds to go. And it's a good thing that during the past minute, you did not blink.
Don't even wink.
Going back to the Ampalaya Rainbow shot, that was his first here in the championship series. He had 8 attempts, but that was his first conversion.
Sonny working on the three-point shot and makes it.
Jaworski, 3 points.
Jaworski's first rainbow shot on his way to a third quarter explosion, knocking in 12 points out of his 22. Hits the open man under the basket. Cordillera was a shade late. Now Villapando in for 3. They needed that.
Yes, they needed that basket to take away that momentum of that shot of Sonny. Now Sonny double team here. Nobody picked up Jojo Villapando, who went backdoor, and a great pass by Jerry Cordinera to the open man.
But you know, you really can't blame Sonny Jaworski because he's trying to be all over.
That's right.
Villapando now 8 points. His first basket after 6 during the first quarter. So at the end of the third, after leading by 19 points, it is Purefoods by 6 in game number 4 with the score standing 9.